evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 6, Episode 15, DJI Inspire 3 launch this week. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. First of all, our thoughts and prayers for a complete recovery for Mr. Ron Braun. I've chatted with him on Messenger. He's doing much better, he said. Susan's getting there. She has it as well, so keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Very thankful to hear that. Okay. Let's see who is in the house tonight. Who we got here? Actually got a lot to talk about. We got Drone Shots, Captain Joe America, Michael Wright, Leonard Oglesby, Dr. Ted, welcome. See who else? Sakurasho, Richard's here. Welcome, Richard. Good to see you. Okay, that's who we got. Mr. B Outdoors Misadventures as well. Okay, got a lot to talk about this week. First of all, okay, the first thing I want to get this up here because I don't want you guys to miss this. Okay, I just in my work schedule this week. Normally, I work Thursdays. I'm in the office, but I'm going in the office tomorrow so I can be home Thursday. So what we're going to do is we're going to have. There we go. We're going to have a DJI Inspire 3 launch recap. I'm not calling it a launch party. I'm calling it a launch recap. And more than likely, we will have some very special guests, which I'm sure you are all familiar with, to join me. We're going to be on for about a half hour. It's going to be at 12 o'clock Eastern on Thursday to recap the launch of the Inspire 3. We're going to talk about the Inspire 3 coming up here in just a little bit. But I wanted to call you guys' attention to this. Really looking forward to this. It's been a while. I think it's been out. I think it was 2016, 2015 that came out originally. What with the last iteration, the Inspire 2. Not 100% sure. I think it was around that kind of time frame. So it's been a while. So this is going to be exciting, and it's. I call it a bridge drone. Okay, as much as I talk about it, it is really more professional drone, but it really kind of bridges the two. But anyway, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it here coming up in a little bit too. So just want to make sure about that you guys have this on your calendar. Please do not miss this. We're gonna have a good time. Okay, I promise you guys that. So okay, all right. Enough being said. April 25th. Today's the 11th, so that's 2 more weeks. Billy Kyle. Circle that date on your calendar, folks. Okay. We're going to have the one, the only Mr. Billy Kyle on here. Okay. Billy's one of my very favorite. He's one of my favorite people in this world, irregardless of the fact he's one of my favorite drone people as well. It's been a while. It's probably been a couple of years since we had him on the show. It'll be great. We'll get his takes on just about everything. Really looking forward to that. Billy's a class act. I don't think anybody, to me, works harder and is more detailed than Billy. Okay. And I mean, and I'm talking about, and all my, other good buddies out there, they do a great job. Dobo, everybody. Billy really focuses on those details. So we're really looking forward to having him on. He'll be on in a couple of weeks, and I'm trying to get some other ones lined up as well. Some who you've known before. Another update before we get into some other things. I got a real nice reply from Gail Orenstein's husband on the tribute video we put out. He thanked me for that. And Bob, if you happen to watch this, you're more than welcome. And again, it was my honor and privilege to have Gail on. We gained, everybody who watches that, I think, should gain a whole new perspective on drones and what drones can be used for, especially for journalism. And also you could tell that she loved people. I mean, the different countries that she went to and everything, she absolutely loved people. And Bob, we pray that you cherish those fond memories that you have of Gail. I know you miss her greatly. We miss her too. I would have loved to have her on and get her take on a lot of things that are going on right now. But maybe, when we get to heaven, we'll find out. But she was absolutely super. And I want to thank you, Bob, for those comments. They meant a lot to me. And I know a lot of you didn't watch it originally, but had a chance to watch it again. So, okay. All right. Quadcopters and Tech, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Greg Pittman, welcome. Good to see you, Lauren. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Okay. I do have some things to talk about, don't I? Okay. All right. Yeah, I do. All right. Never mind. It's just me. Don't worry about that. Okay. All right. You may have heard this in our good friend Dobo put out a great video about this. State of Florida bans Chinese drones. Now, I'm going to pull the article up. Let's pull the article up here because I know some people might go, oh, you can't fly your drones. No, that's not that's not for us. Okay, that is for actually Florida's Chinese drone ban goes into effect and police agencies are not happy. This is for I'm going to read you some of the article here. Okay, Florida government and entities can no longer use DJI. Senate Bill 44, now Section 93450 Florida statutes, puts in place standards and rules for use of drones by government agencies, law enforcement, fire departments, and others. Many of these rules are already in place, included having a system to release images or videos taken by the drone to the public and proper storage of drones. Florida's approved list of drones: Skydio, Parrot, Aldevane, Teal Drones, Vantage Robotics. Okay. If you didn't recognize the last three names, don't worry. I had to look them up too. Okay. Teal Drones and Vantage Robotics seem to be U.S. companies that are focused on defense and public safety markets. Okay. Aldevane, I still had to look up, but did recognize the name was purchased by Fleur and doesn't go by that name anymore. Okay. And of course, Florida law enforcement isn't happy about this. DJI's M300, M30, and Mavic, Mavic 3 Enterprise drones are the latest in a long line of products tailored toward law enforcement, public safety, and other professional needs. Last year, I spent 3 days speaking with DJI Enterprise users at the company's Airworks conference. No matter who I talked to, whether for public safety or agriculture, everyone found DJI drones best in the industry for these use cases, can be relied upon during the most stressful scenarios. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean DJI is the only option out there. I'll just recently released its public safety focused Evo Max 4T. Okay. We reached out to DJI for comment on the ban. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. And this is what they told us. And I got to remember to go over to this screen here, Bill. All right. Today's Florida's ruling against use of Chinese-made drones for law enforcement is a regrettable development and is unjustified. A vast number of government agencies and commercial entities in the U.S. rely on and use DJI drones in their daily work. These include law enforcement, first responders, infrastructure inspectors, and others who know they can trust our products because they are safe and secure. And they trust us because independent audits to stress test our cybersecurity and privacy practices demonstrate not only our product strength, but also identify potential vulnerabilities. Independent audits include, and there's a whole list of them right there, any position based solely on country of origin limits competition, innovation, and possibly endangers lives. DJI drones allow first responders to safely engage in life-threatening scenarios, inspect infrastructure otherwise not visible, and have been used to rescue hundreds of people in peril around the world. A rash, uninformed decision that limits access to our technology because of concerns about country of origin will literally cost lives. Okay. Not everyone's state legislature agrees with the ban, like the state senator Tom Wright, who has accused Florida Governor Ron DeSantis of providing no proof of Chinese drone security risk. DJI is not the only Chinese company being paraded in front of TikTok, a social media site that needs probably no introduction to you, is facing a national ban by Congress. In both cases, very little hard evidence has been brought forward to prove these claims. However, the fear of Chinese influence across the United States remains high. All right. There's a whole mouthful, and I'm not going to get into the political ramifications of all this. All right. I could very easily talk about this. And by the way, the setup's a little different in case you guys hadn't noticed since my desktop. I'm going to talk about my desktop since I had to had to switch computers. Okay. I'm on what I call my backup computer right now. Anyway, to me, and I'm going to say this because there's been a lot of people on both sides of the aisle really are strongly against the use of Chinese drones. But there's been no proof of this. All right. and this is just, I do a lot of reading on this, okay, and this is from what I read. There is conjecture about this, and this isn't Bill, the drone reviewer, talking. This is from different articles that I've read. There's conjecture out there, and a consensus is that they have some top secret type of evidence that they can't release as to why they're doing this. So that's just, I'm going with what they say, guys. That's not me. That's not, like I said, that's not Bill, the drone reviewer, but so I'm just putting this out there for you because I want to keep you guys informed and on top of things. Okay. It's important to know this, and why they're doing this. These places that have this conjecture say that there is something out there that the government can't share with us because it's top secret. So, all right, I'm just putting all this out there for you. All right, because I want you guys to be in the loop and be informed. Lauren, it's strictly political and protectionist policies. You could be right, Lauren. Okay, you could be 100% right, and I don't disagree with you at all. Trust me. I think it probably could be that as well too. It's just it's on both sides of the aisle here from what I hear. So that's not really Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. It doesn't matter. It's on both sides of the aisle. So anyway, okay, I'm hoping that will get overturned because obviously all of us know what kind the number of lives that have been saved by drones, especially DJI drones, and and Autel drones as well. And for all the good that they do. So, all right, I'm off my soapbox about that. Okay, I'm absolute. All right, quadcopters tech. I'll finish this, and then I agree that LE and military should never use a drone for any take over and fight your ground crap. Yeah, William, it's not political. The truth about DJI. Okay, absolutely. All right. Moving on here. Moving on. All right. Just when you think seriously that there couldn't be, there's a Mavic 3, there's a Mavic 3 Cine, there's a Mavic 3 Classic, and now we're getting rumors for a Mavic 3 Pro. Yes, a Mavic 3 Pro. And yeah, it's crazy stuff, guys. It's absolutely crazy stuff. And supposedly, let's go ahead, and now this was leaked by our Deals drone. Okay, let's go ahead and put this up here. Mavic 3 Pro leak indicates new DJI drone with 3 cameras. Okay, and you can take a look on the front here, and I think there's another picture. It's going to come here. There it is. Okay, Mavic 3 Pro. Not sure it's true, but the name is Mavic 3 Pro and has 3 cameras. 1, 2, 3, right there. Okay. More leaks follow quickly with Ocita suggesting the new DJI drone could come in multiple configurations: Mavic 3 Pro, DJI-RC, Mavic 3 Pro, DJI-RC Pro, Mavic 3 Pro Cine Premium Bundle. There you go. All right. Compatibility with the 5.5-inch high brightness 1080p RC Pro remote controller was further indicated by Deals drone as well. You can see in this shot right here. Now, more details about specs, price, and release date of the drone are awaited, but DJI is clearly not done milking the Mavic 3 airframe yet. An even better zoom photography drone is obviously good news for those who'd be able to afford it. For those seeking a fresh mid-tier option from DJI, such as the Air 3, looks like the wait just got a little longer. Okay, and that's true. And from what we're hearing from our friend and so other sources is we're not going to see an Air 3, but that's up in the air. I'd have a hard time, it's like you got to pry my cold dead hands off this, okay? And that's the way it is for me with my Mavic 3, all right? It is by far my favorite drone, all right? It does everything well. I have had 0 complaints, 0 issues. It has performed flawlessly, okay? Out of the box. I mean, seriously, it has just been absolutely phenomenal, guys. I mean, Ray Kelly. Mavic 3 Pro in your fix. What do you Yeah, that's a good Ray, that's a good question. What the price of this is going to be. All right. Because all of a sudden, are we going to see a lot of people sell their Mavic 3s to get Mavic 3 Pros? I don't think so. Okay. Um, it's going to have some kind of unique pull to grab some people in who maybe are on their last legs with their Mavic 2 Pro, maybe, or want to upgrade from an Air 2S and can spend a little bit more money. Well, not a little bit. It would probably you'd probably have to bust open more than one or two piggy banks to pay for something like that. It's going to be up there. All right. And my guess is anywhere from 500 to 750 more than the Mavic 3, not the Classic, but the Mavic 3. So, and that's just a guess. That's off the top of my head. I have no idea what the specs are. Nobody even knows. Deals Drone doesn't know. But be paying attention. We'll stay on top of that here. Bill Drone Reviewer, I'll stay on top of that. And should there be anything on that, we will definitely bring that up. That is very possible, Mark. I would not doubt that at all. I really think it would be more expensive than the Mavic 3 Cine. It's going to, like I said, you're going to have to bust open several of your piggy banks, and it's really going to cost you a chunk of change. Fly Guy Merrill, you're 100% right. It's just like I said, I can't get enough of flying that. And the interesting thing with this is, okay, with that battery that's in there, okay, I've done multiple videos on one battery, all right, where, for the channel on one battery, all right. I haven't even switched to the second battery, and I only have bought 2 batteries with that, all right. That's just, I don't have a need to buy a third battery with that unless I would go turn professional and start doing things professionally with it. It's just, yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. It really is. It really, really is. Okay. All right. Let's see. Not too much in price from M3. Okay, that's what Lauren says. All right, Lauren. You are right a lot more than you are not right. So we'll go by that. But it's and people are saying, is it going to be this Thursday? We're going to talk about the Inspire 3 here in a minute. No. It will have its own little mini event or mini release or mini whatever, whether it's a soft release like on the web or this time on Thursday, they're going to be showing a video for the Inspire 3. And we're going to get to that here in a minute. It's not going to happen, okay? Because there's going to be more leaks. Okay, these are just what I call the beginning stages of leaks. We haven't even seen this hit the FCC database yet. And it has to. JSK Enterprise, welcome. Leakbox shows an RC Pro with it. Put it in a package like that over, $34.99 by itself, $24.99. It could be right, Captain Joe America. These are some good educated guesses here. Who knows? But I don't see it coming out. I don't see them announcing it this Thursday. I really don't, because we've gotten some teaser information. We've gotten a little bit of pictures, no specs, nothing out there on that. So I don't think we're going to see that now. Next month, maybe May, June, possibly. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, that's interesting, Mark. Thanks. SDK's announced for the Mini 3. That's interesting. That's very interesting here. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Well. Let's see what else I got. If first you don't succeed, try again. Okay. We all know, okay. We all know the first Fimi Mini, and I'll just mention one name, okay. Our good friend Marcus Crawford. All right. Poor Marcus. I swear he had the luck of just some incredibly bad luck with his Mini, Fimi Mini. Okay. It was just, I don't know how many iterations he had. I think he had at least 3, if not 4. if I'm mistaken. If somebody else knows that, feel free to drop that in the comments. But on the other hand, for me, mine was I did all the calibrations and everything before I took it out, and it didn't have the issues that everybody else had. I mean, it it was fairly flawless from that kind of a standpoint. It was a boring drone for me. It really didn't do a whole lot, but it had its range wasn't the best, and the video quality wasn't the best, even though it's we're going to talk about the new one here coming up, and this is coming on the heels of Fimi's X8 Pro release, and we're going to talk about that here in a second as well too. Yeah, drone juice. The one, and I want to say this, okay? I look at Fimi. I look at two drones here, other drones that I've had, other than DJI and Autel, and I've had an Autel drone before. All right. I look at Hubsan and I look at Fimi, and I can tell you this. All right, of those two, I had the most difficult time getting a Hubsan to maintain just a hover. All right, let alone go out and film anything. All right, it was incredible. My experience with the original Hubsan Zeno was a disaster. All right, and it was toilet bowling. It flipped over. It was just, and I say what you will. Okay, I will say this with the Fimi. Even though, I had some issues with mine, Fimi replaced it because of that signal interference, the X8 2020. I never had any of those problems, okay? It could maintain a hover, and it's 2022 that I had. It could maintain a hover. The big issue, obviously, was the horizon tilt, and it was getting better in the 2022 that I had. And I just want to say right there. All right. So it's gonna be real interesting to see what happens with this Mini. Now let's bring up. I want to bring up some specs here because and some information on this because I want to get you guys up to speed on this. All right. All right. Fimi X8 Mini V2 camera drones, $299. All right. And you get the remote, intelligent flight battery plus, propellers, charging cable, gimbal cover, and USB cable. All right. Main features: Rock Link 9-kilometer image transmission distance. It has a 37-minute flight time. 250-gram class ultralight design. Now that's depending upon the battery. If you purchase the extended battery, it goes over 250 grams. Okay. It has a Type-C fast charging battery, smart tracking modes, new SoC technology, and built-in 2T AI computing power can identify and stably track up to 30 kinds of targets, such as human beings, cars, boats, and animals. All right, that's interesting. All right. 4K camera with 3-axis mechanical gimbal. The Fimi X8 Mini V2 combines a micro 3-axis mechanical gimbal weighing only 28 grams and the latest professional control algorithm for much improved accuracy of 0.005 inches, providing smooth and stable aerial images even at high speeds and in strong winds. Level 5 wind resistance, that's a good thing. 9-kilometer distance, 3-axis gimbal, 37-minute flight time, 250-gram class ultralight design, smart tracking modes, one-tap video, night shooting, powerful planned shooting. Okay, and we know what the package includes on this. All right. And you see some of the pictures here. And again, all this is in, I did put this out on Build a Drone Review Facebook group and page, but it's also on my Fimi group. So if you want to check this out, it's out there as well. Now it is available for sale. It has that 37-minute flight time. That's on the extended battery. The intelligent flight battery is going to give you 31 minutes. And on the intelligent flight battery plus, that's where the drone goes over 250 grams. So just be aware of that, okay? And it's a Type-C fast charging battery. It does what, and this is its carbon copy. And I wouldn't be surprised if this shot was from the original Mini when they put this together here. All right, a newly upgraded 1/2.5 inch stack CMOS, 3-axis mechanical gimbal, 4K video, 4K 30 frames per second, which is interesting. Search and rescue mode, like on its big brother. Night shooting. The app. The remote controller, which looks a lot like the one for the Fimi X8 Pro. Direct flight with your smartphone. They did this before on the Mini. It really didn't work very well, but it's interesting that they have that on there. Powerful flight plan shooting, and it can do some waypoints there. One tap video. Precision landing, it's advertising precision landing, time lapse, live streaming. I doubt it'll be able to do live streaming. Panorama, home point indication, vertical shooting mode, drifting mode. Okay, multiple safety functions, return to home, GPS real-time tracking, non-fly zone protection, wind warning, excessive power warning, low battery alarm in return. Okay, drone complete specifications are listed right here for you to take a look at. All right. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and my good friend Richard, who's in the chat tonight and he's watching, what he was told and what Fimi had mentioned was for those who had ordered the X8 Pro, that it was going to be shipped out on April the 20th, which is, by my calculations, that's a week from Thursday. Okay. Well, it doesn't, there's been no indication about this from Fimi. And when Fimi's been contacted, they're asking, when did you purchase? They're asking, did you order it? And just asking some basic questions, and you said, you guys said the 20th. So let's cross fingers here and let's hope that Fimi's sticking to their guns with this. I'm just going to go out on record and say that. Let's just hope. Doesn't say remote ID and compatibility, so don't get the big battery. That's a good point. That's a good point, Lauren. That's a really good point. So right now, as we talked about last week on the show, as far as the remote ID capability, I've contacted Fimi. I know Gorilla Man, G-Man's contacted them as well. I think Richard, maybe he's actually contacted them as well. This is in the works. It's probably in about 3 to 4 months before they're going to come out. Even though they're remote, they might say remote ID capable. It's not been approved by the FAA. So stay tuned for that. We're going to keep you updated on that. And also stay tuned too. I know I've asked Richard to keep me in the loop as far as if his drone gets shipped or not on the 20th. So I'm crossing fingers that it will. Now, Fimi has also told me, my contact at Fimi has also told me that what they're going to do is after 2 months, which would, I'm guessing maybe late May, June, it will be available for sale on Amazon. And that's what I'm waiting for before I would dip my toes in the water. And the one thing why I like buying off of Amazon is they have such a great return policy with this, where you're purchasing it directly from Fimi. I may have to purchase the TX10 directly, 10A directly from Fimi, which is what I was planning on doing. And I'm hoping, and we really haven't seen the other thing. I know G-Man pointed this out, and I think Richard did too. And Richard, thank you so much for all your correspondence and keeping me in the loop. I really appreciate that. And same for you too, G-Man. Really appreciate it. Art's in the house. Welcome, Art. Been seeing pictures from your trip. Glad you've had safe travels and enjoying yourself. Good for you to stop in tonight. I want to, like I said, I want to thank Richard and G-Man for keeping me in the loop in all this. We want to make sure that we keep you guys informed and up to date with what's going on with Fimi. You know, the jury's still out. I'm very hopeful for this. And I think one of the things that both of them brought up, and I agree with, and also my son-in-law too, where's the video? Because we saw like a 20-second video that was just, you know, photoshopped and edited, and just there's no flight video. We haven't seen anything of it flying yet, or video from a flight. So we're anxious for that. We're anxious for maybe for some people that may have got their hands on it, so we could see a hands-on review of this. So stay tuned for all this. You know, it's going to be coming up. We don't know. Again, Art, glad you're having a good time over there. That's incredibly long trip over there. Hope you enjoy yourself and have a good visit over in the Philippines. Yeah, he really does. Joan Views, he really does he does his due diligence with Fimi, and I got to give him credit. I don't know if you guys saw it. He did one of his latest videos on his latest Fimi X8 2022 V2, and it was stellar for him. He had absolutely it was a great flight. I watched his video. The screen was clear. Did not see any horizon tilt on it. He really didn't have any issues. So and that was good. He had no interference, no problems. It was great. So, you know, we're going to bring you more up-to-date information on Fimi, about when the Mini is supposed to ship, and also when the X8 Pro is supposed to ship, and when the videos come out. So stay tuned for us. You know, we'll get on top of that. And when the X8 Pro comes out on Amazon, I'm going to dip my toes in the water and be looking at getting that in to test that out, because I really think Fimi is a very viable option for a lot of people. It's not as expensive as some of the other drones, but you know, with some of the limited track record that I've had with it, you know, I think Fimi's kind of getting there, and I'd really like to see them get to this point and really get there. So Sky Touch, good to see you too. All right. Oh, and by the way, here, I know we had Captain Ray on, and Captain Ray, thank you for stopping by last week. That was a great show. I know from the feedback I saw, everybody had a good time. The South Florida Drone Meetup, and just I'm going to put in a plug for the 2024 South Florida Drone Meetup. It's going to be a week later, because it's going to be April 1st. Next year is going to be Easter weekend. So it's going to be a week later, I think April 6th, 7th, that kind of time frame. So, you know, keep that in mind. 125 people showed up, I think, is what Ray told me. And I think that's incredible. Hopefully we can get more to show up. Also, too, another public service announcement. You know, as soon as now, you know, we had Kelly on a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't it great having Kelly on, guys? I really had a good time with him. He was fantastic having him on. He is just such a wealth of information. Just such a great guy. I can't say enough words about him. He's just super nice, super incredible, and a great friend. And he's a great friend of this channel, great friend of drones, period. You know, for Spin Up. And, you know, as soon as he gets this information confirmed, he's going to get, you know, he's going to let us know, and we're going to blast it out there. There's a chance you may get to see Bill the Drone Reviewer there. If I don't exhaust my vacation time and funds, you know, I might try to make that happen. And I know I saw Greg Pittman posted something. It's raining or very windy. We had 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts today, yesterday too. Overnight, they were over 40, 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's crazy, okay? Now, we normally get those high winds here where we live in the Tampa area in March, and it's later this year, and I don't know why. I know there's a lot of solar activity going on. I keep tabs and see there's a reason I know there's a lot of solar activity. It's for my ham radio channel, because the solar activity affects ham radio propagation, being able to talk to people. Just it is what it is. Okay. Oh, okay, John K. Thank you. That's good information. You know, he did put out a date. Okay, we'll get that information. Be looking. You know, John, if you have it, go ahead and drop it in the chat. That would be great. If you know what the date is, I'm going to get that out there and build a drone reviewer Facebook group and page, so you guys take a look on it. So that's good. It's good to see it. Good to know that there's going to be a date for this. So stay tuned for that. Kelly does exceptional work, as Ray does. So be on the lookout for official information. So we'll go there. All right. Been on my soapbox here the whole night. All right. We do have something else to talk about, and it is the big subject of the evening here. All right. All right, Inspire 3 release date lock. New DJI drone lands April 13th. All right, okay. It looks like the years-long wait for the Inspire 3 drone will soon be over. DJI has dropped a new product launch teaser promising to deliver inspiration on April 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's no secret DJI's professional aerial cinematography drone line is well due for a refresh. Inspire 2 was released way back in November 2016. I was right. With its production reportedly discontinued in early 2022 to allow resellers to clear the inventory. Several leaked images and rumors about the alleged Inspire 3 have popped up online, and in the meantime, fueling users' appetite for the next generation camera drone from DJI. Tech giant also knows it's kept users waiting long enough, so DJI has made no efforts to hide what the product is up for release on April 13th, like typically does by sharing an obtrusive or blacked out image. The Inspire 3 is right there in the teaser video for all to see. So it's instantly recognizable V-shaped wings, dropping the body below the landing structure so the camera gets a clear, unobstructed 360-degree view of what's being filmed. The short clip ends with the drone coming back to its landing position with a loud, satisfying whoosh. Okay. And again, you guys can go ahead and watch that. I don't want to get a ding from the folks at YouTube here. Inspire 3 is anticipated to be compatible with the full-frame 8K Zenmuse X9 gimbal camera that DJI announced with the Ronin 4D cinematography system. It's also expected to feature a larger, more durable, single-axis FPV sensor for drone operators, delivering much better image quality, viewing angle, dynamic range, and low-light performance than its predecessor has been offering. And this is the big one. Another improvement of the Inspire 3, one of the big ones. Inspire 3 is likely to support a powerful, high-definition video transmission capabilities of around 15 kilometers using the OcuSync 3 plus video transmission system or its more enhanced version. Here are some of the latest images of the drone. Leaker Quadro News is shared online. You can see them here. How to watch the Inspire 3 launch event. DJI will stream the event live on YouTube, which is one of the simplest ways to watch because the live stream can be viewed on every platform where YouTube is available, from smartphones to consoles to smart TVs. Alternatively, you can hop on over to the DJI website to watch the event. All right. You can also join the Drone DJ team when we go live. You know, you don't need to join the Drone DJ team. You can build a drone reviewer in our very special co-hosts who you are familiar with. Hopefully, they'll be able to come on with me. Otherwise, you know, we'll do solo, and that's fine. And go over everything. You know, one of the things that I found out, you know, Lauren told us that while it's being announced, quote unquote, technically, it's not going to be officially available until probably mid-May. Okay. Yeah, cha-ching, out of my price range. Yeah. You have that right, John. You really have that date. Yes. This is only the announcement date, street dates, not till mid-May. Okay. Lauren wants to make that very clear, and just want to make that clear with everybody as well, too. You know, I'm going to say this, and I know Lauren's had some fun with me with the pricing, and I've kind of had some fun too, but it's gonna bust open a few piggy banks for sure. And my guess is that Zenmuse camera is probably going to cost as much as the drone itself. That's just off the top of my head. Okay. Off the top of my head, but it's an exciting development. It's an exciting development for professionals who have used the Inspire 2 and want to upgrade. I mean, you know, the Inspire 2 is now it's a dated system. while it's still a very capable drone, it is a dated system. It uses the old light bridge technology. The transmission range is limited with it, and being able to use OcuSync 3 and having that enhanced image transmission system will be fantastic. I'm sure there's going to be other more affordable options for professional content creators as far as cameras are going to be concerned. Now that's an 8K platform, and I'm just gonna say this. Lauren, that's exactly about what I was thinking. Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. So yeah, it's gonna around the price of a car several years back. Yeah, go figure that for a drone here. But it's going to be packed, and I think probably some of the ones they're going to have some basic, entry level type cameras that you'll be able to get with this that are going to be more affordable. Might knock that price down a little bit and make it affordable for some of the professional content creators. And again, Lauren had posted this, and I want to reiterate this. Okay, this is not a hobbyist drone. Okay, let's be real clear with this. Okay, this is for a professional. Okay, this is for a professional videographer. All right. I just can't. Yeah, another mortgage on the house, Akara. Yeah. That's exactly what it's going to take for something like this. But again, this is going to be for somebody that's that is a professional and will use this professionally. Let's point out, our good friend Original Dobo. This would be perfect for him, to use professionally for him. It may be too much for him because he, doing real estate photography, you don't need to be running around and stuff, but for others who do that, it's going to be a good platform. And I would think probably one of the earliest videos we might see, Potato Jet. He's a excellent videographer. That's what he does for a living. We'll probably see some videos from him on this. I don't know. Our good friend Rick Smith has been hiding from me. I've been trying to peg him to get him on the show. And usually when he's hiding, that means he's Inspire 2 cameras are not compatible. Good point, Lauren. Thank you for pointing that out. So this is a whole new system. So you're going to have to, pony up. Okay. It's going to set you back some $15,000 to $16,000, maybe a little less with a basic type of camera system. Now, the 8K system is going to be great, but you also have to realize too, how many of us can view an 8K video system. Okay. We have 4K capable televisions. 8K televisions are probably, last I checked, I think Samsung had one that was to the tune of about $7,000 or $8,000 itself. So, it's not really a practical medium for video, but these guys can do all that stuff with that. They're wizards at editing this stuff, and this kind of a professional videography is going to have a very high end, high graphics card, top of the line Pentium, running a lot of RAM kind of computer to process something like this. And I don't know too many more people who can be able to, run this kind of stuff. So it's going to be real interesting, and as I would said, probably Potato Jet's probably going to be somebody who's going to have that out. Our good friend Rick Smith, who I haven't been able to get a hold of, he's probably under NDA. So he may be testing that right now. Some other ones, maybe Aldrin Anastasio might have that. Who knows? But we're bound to see some that will come out there, on launch day. Be sure to watch that video. It's going to be on at 9:00 Eastern time on the 13th on Thursday, and at 12:00 noon again. I want you guys to be here because we're going to give you, some, we're going to go over, everything. And I think, this is really going to be good. So, it will be at noon on Thursday, April 13th at 12:00 Eastern time. We're going to do a recap of the launch. We're going to take a look at these things. And, a lot of people will say, yeah, drone views. I agree. I agree. I agree. You look at your stats, and that's a really good point. Most people watch our videos on their smartphones or tablets. Okay, most of them on smartphones. Okay, which I do. I watch most of mine on my smartphone. And most of the people do that. So kanji. There you go. There you go. Oh, you're right, Richard. Thank you for bringing that up. They did do 8K a couple of years ago. That's right. It's just another tool for pro cinematographers, not highly expensive for work. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Michael. That's right. Mark White, you're right. You're going to need a mainframe to do video editing for that. Yeah, that thing is it's going to have a beast of it. Have to have a beast of a computer to do the processing. It's just it's just going to be very intense, and you're going to need just incredible, some incredible software to do it. I think DaVinci Resolve may do it. Final Cut Pro may do that. It's gonna be interesting, and it's going to be. I think the reason that I want to cover this, even though that we don't really talk a lot about now. I'll talk about the M30, the M300. But we don't do deep dives into them a lot of the time because it's not applicable to us, because most of us, even if we're hobbyists or part 107s, we're going to use platforms that most of us have, like a Mavic 3, that type of thing, the Autel Evo 2, 6K, that kind of thing. We're going to use some of the high-end drones to do some of our stuff. Okay. But one of the things, and I've always said this, okay, and I want to make this point. DJI had never waste technology, and I've kind of said that since day one on this channel. Meaning, what you would see on this Inspire 3, it's going to trickle down to the consumer drones, okay? And DJI has been famous to do that, all right? And we've seen them do that through the years, and I think that's a good thing, because we're the big winner in all this, okay? Yeah, it's just we're the ones that will benefit from this eventually, because this technology will come down to us in the form, let's say, an Air 3, Air 3S, Mavic 4, Mavic 4 Pro. I'm just going out there right now, all right? And some things, as some people like to famously point out, DJI likes to surprise us with things we weren't expecting. There'll probably be something on the Inspire 3 we weren't expecting. They'll throw something at us. Will be like, we'll go like, wow, that's incredible. That is just absolutely, positively incredible. So again, stay tuned. Thursday, 12 noon, be here on Build a Drone Reviewer. It's already out there. Let others know about this, because I want to keep everybody up to date and informed on this. A couple other ones, I'm going to keep everybody informed on what's going on with the Fimi, with not only the Mini, but the Pro. And my friends are going to keep me. I know Richard is going to keep me in the loop on, whether or not his gets shipped out or not. So we'll see if their ship dates are going to be holding with this. So we got, there's a lot coming up here that we're going to talk about. Side note for some things. The reason that my setup's like this, I think I may have shared with you guys. Going to kind of close up a little bit with this. I've had a Dell desktop for the last 5 years, and it has been flawless. I mean, this thing has been a beast. And I actually did the most work I've ever done on a computer to get it to where I wanted to. Right now, okay, it ended up, I came to it one morning, and it had a message that told me that the mechanical hard drive was gone. It was history. It was milk toast. So took it to Best Buy. Now, one of the things, this is a shameless plug for Best Buy Total Tech Care, okay? If you guys can get it, get it. Here's what it did for me, all right? I took it there. Normally, I have to have an appointment with the Geek Squad, but they took me in right away. And they, because I have Total Tech Care, don't have to pay for labor, just have to pay for parts. They replaced the mechanical hard drive with a 1 terabyte solid state drive for $69. No labor, just parts. All right. Things running like, and they were able to extract the information off my old mechanical drive. Okay. $69 for that. Okay. Things running like a champ. But what I'm going to do is, because it's out of warranty, I'm going to be selling that. If you're interested, okay, I'm going to be advertising it on my Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group and page. All right. And it will be via PayPal only. All right. Because I want to protect you and protect me. And it's going to be priced. I'm going to be including an HP 25-inch monitor that I've had for 5 years, worked flawlessly. I'm going to be throwing in a Logitech sound system with it. Plugs into the back of the desktop. It's one of the cool ones. It has a nice blue light where you can see on the inside of it and see all the internals going in there. Now, I added 2 solid state drives onto this, so this thing has 3 solid state drives in it. It's really, it does a great job. I was tempted to keep it, but I ended up getting. I just ordered a new HP laptop that has 32 gig of RAM, has a unbelievable video card on. I forget the name of the NVIDIA video card on it. It has a 2 terabyte internal SSD drive. It has a 240 hertz resolution on it. And here's the real kicker. Okay. I got myself a nice Samsung 49-inch curved Geo monitor. All right. This thing is phenomenal. I'm going to be doing a video on all this, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up. Want to thank everybody for stopping by tonight. It's been great. Thank you for coming. Really happy to see Art with us tonight. Glad you're having a safe time and safe travels. Enjoy your visit. Thank you, everybody, so much for showing up tonight, for all the great discussion in there. I also want to thank, one of my right-hand man in there, Lauren. Lauren, as always, thank you for your valuable information. Richard, thank you for your emails and your information. They're great. And Ray Kelly, for all you do for the drone community, Johnny as well, and others. Everybody, thanks so much for stopping by. As always, guys, remember, it's a great day to fly. See you guys Thursday. Take care.